680 The Fan's social media director. She runs the digital empire that is Dickey Broadcasting.
Shorts!
She's also the host of the Bench Riders podcast, available wherever you get your favorite podcasts. I know her as Hip Hop Mandy. You know her as Amanda Schwartz. It's now time to get some Schwartz on sports. Hi, Amanda.
Hi, how are you?
Good to see you. We have some tea to spill?
So much tea.
All right.
Let's get into it. So first up, we have to talk about what everyone's talking about, but I need your guys' opinion. So we have to talk about the legitimacy or lack thereof of the leaked Taylor and Travis breakup plan, okay? So in case you missed it, Tuesday on Reddit, photos were leaked that are allegedly from Travis Kelce's PR firm called Full Scope PR. And in the photos, you can see they are printed out, outlined an entire breakup plan for Taylor and Travis set for September 28th, 2024. So coming up this month. It's a very in-depth document that outlines every single detail of how the pair are going to handle their breakup. It even quotes respect and privacy, how they're going to focus on professional focus and personal growth. It even says, quote, the breakup was mutual, made with respect for each other's personal lives. And it has all these different details in it.
Now, was there an end by date?
No. It was just,
the reason I asked this, it wouldn't correspond with the beginning of the regular season because that would not make sense.
Right.
Because I have a lot of questions about this.
Me too.
The last time something like this happened, I'm going to make a movie reference from 35 years ago. There was a movie called Can't Buy Me Love.
Okay.
Where Ronald Miller signed a 1-month contract to date the most famous and popular girl in his high school, Cindy Mancini. They had a breakup date. After 1 month, she would sit with him at lunch. She would wave to him at the football games. This is taking it to an extreme because he traveled across the globe to see her. She was at all of his games. Like, if this was a ruse, it was one hell of a work that they put a lot of extras into.
Exactly. And not only that, but Taylor Swift is one of the most private celebrities. Like, she's one of the most famous and also gets away with all these secrets that people don't see coming. So I just find it hard to believe that she would let someone print this out, that it would be on someone's desk, and that someone would have access to take a picture of something so top secret like that.
If this was a ruse, was there any downside to Travis Kelce? Like, did he have to be talked into this at all?
Absolutely not. He has cashed in on this.
Well, he just signed a $100 million podcast deal as the latest.
He's in the movies. He's in the TV shows. He's doing everything.
Well, you can argue outside of a quarterback, and maybe more than quarterbacks, he's the most famous NFL player
now. It all has worked out for him.
But I would also ask...
No, but these kids are getting married. This is done, right?
I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle.
Field on the Super Bowl. I was like, girls in love.
See, I would bet against the marriage, but I would also... Why would you put this on paper? And maybe...
You wouldn't. This is silliness to me.
You think? Because I also feel like if it was on paper, they'd have code names. It seems too black and white.
That's what I'm saying. That seems false to me.
I think it probably is. And she's going to be at the game tonight, so love is in the air. Okay, next up, a soccer season is over for one player after throwing out the ceremonial first pitch in Washington, D.C. So Washington Spirit midfielder Croy Bethune is done for the year after she threw out the first pitch at the Nationals game last week. So Croy and several other Olympian soccer players, she was on the Olympic soccer team that just won gold, they were invited out to throw the first pitch at the Nationals game. She threw out the first pitch, everything seemed fine, but then it was revealed today that she will miss the remainder of the season because she tweaked her knee when she threw out the first pitch and actually tore her meniscus. It is a dangerous game out there.
It really is. It's become a, do it at your own risk. You have to sign a waiver, I assume.
I was going to ask you think you have to sign a waiver?
I mean, I don't know.
This is a career-ending injury for her. Like, this is crazy, going out doing something fun at the Nationals game and she comes out with a torn meniscus.
I bet you do have to sign something.
Probably,
Not
right?
to brag, but when I was a kid, I threw out the first pitch at Greenville Drive Single A minor league team.
Thank you, Cullen. You can go now.
Fantastic.
Hop out. You not to brag,
Didn't
but
sign a waiver.
Right. I don't think you had to worry about your future at 8 years old.
Did you throw a strike?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Raheem Davis just made it off limits. No first pitches.
All right, last up, we have some fresh drama in the Bierman-Zolciak divorce over their shared Atlanta mansion. We've missed them, so I wanted to bring them back into the news cycle. So it came out today that Croy wants the judge in their divorce to give him the power to force the sale on their Georgia mansion without Kim's input before it's foreclosed on next month. So according to new legal documents obtained by TMZ, Croy claims that their marital home is set for foreclosure next month in October, but he says Kim is still denying offers on the property that they have because they're not high enough for her, and she continues to rack up unnecessary bills amidst these tough times.
He wants to cut and be done.
He wants it. She doesn't want that,
out.
though. She doesn't want that. So I guess they bought their house for $4.5 million, a measly $4.5. They have now listed it. It is down to $3.95 million if anyone is interested. And I guess they have gotten a few offers for $3.5. And Croy is saying that Kim scoffs at the $3.5 because it won't leave her enough money to buy a new house.
Well, I want you to think about this, right? So
And she has no talent or way to make money to get a new house.
So she has debt. But if they're going to, this isn't the two of them walking with 3.5. This is splitting it after you pay your agent fees. So they're both walking with 1.2. 1.4. I don't know, whatever the number is. She's going to be upside down.
The house ain't paid for, by the way. In fact, you said they bought it for $4 or $5.
Yep.
Based on how they lived, that's been redone twice.
Yeah.
I bet you the note on that's it's more than the original purchase price right now.
Well, I actually
Which is weird because every house in Atlanta is selling for these ridiculous prices, yet they keep doing reductions because nobody wants their house.
It's crazy. I actually have some numbers for you. So Croy said the IRS has a $1.32 million line. Is it line?
Lien.
Shoot.
Yeah,
Lien.
you're okay.
Lien on the home.
It's okay.
Their mortgage lender is owed about $2.2 million, and there's another lien for $250,000 on a home equity line out of credit.
They took a home equity line out?
Yep, they sure did. And not to mention, Croy says this is all in his name, so he's trying to get it sold.
Let me think about this. Wait,
do that again. Give the outstanding
she doesn't have
mortgage
the
to
name-
what?
But wait, she didn't have her name on the deed. She didn't have her name on the mortgage. I'm shocked at that. So legally, he should get, I guess, the profit from it.
Yeah, so hopefully the judge lets him have it because it sounds like he needs it more than her. I guess he's also citing that she's spending $400 bottles of wine, spending money on lavish clothing, plastic surgery, online gambling, and frequent nights out on top of not wanting to sell the house. So he just wants to get a move on with all of it. It's crazy.
Good luck, kids.
They got a litter of kids.
They sure do.
He can be away from her and their assets are divided, but they got critters.
Well, I know she's got the two older ones that he adopted, but I think together they have
I think
twins.
there's
They have
six.
three,
There's
yeah.
six
Three or
total.
four, yeah. Okay, so last up we have our Icks. We're going back to Icks, but they're football themed because, NFL is starting. And I
Right.
want
For the
to...
audience who doesn't know, an ick is not something that you're going to probably cut and run from your relationship, but it's something that could concern you later on that could end up being a big deal in your relationship.
Yeah.
Yes, and this is tailored to my single men out there who are maybe going out to the bars, trying to pick up girls, trying to get a girlfriend, whatever it is.
I'll take notes.
These are things that you should probably avoid if you're out in public watching a game. All right. First one is pretty self-explanatory, but do not trash talk Taylor Swift while she's on the screen.
Okay.
Girls are not going to like it, whether they're Swifties or not. Just don't trash talk her. She's part of the game now. You have to accept it.
Or maybe lean into it.
Yeah, lean in. That's even better.
You're a
Y'all's
Green
favorite
flag.
Taylor Swift
That's
song.
it. You're a Swiftie. Yep.
All right. Do not, under any circumstances, say that you went to high school with fill in the blank here. It is the worst thing you could say. A lot of guys say, "Oh, I went to high school with," or "my sister's girlfriend's mom's brother's
Played
cat
against
went."
that guy 1 year in fifth grade.
It is. I cannot stand it.
You don't care who they know who was sort of famous and they have a connection with.
Unless you knew them personally, that's a
Right.
different story. But
Does
if
that
it's
even matter,
like,
though? Who cares?
I don't really care.
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit more acceptable than my brother's sister's girlfriend's mom.
I got
Don't
you.
say it.
Sure.
And last but not least, you can only mope for 6 hours after your team loses. It cannot go past 6 hours. It's annoying.
So the Falcons lose at 4 o'clock on a Sunday.
Yes.
By 10:01, I've got to be moving on.
Yes. And
Why-
by
why
no means let it linger to the next day.
So 6 hours, not 4 hours, not at 6 hours. That
Yeah, because
seems like
I'm being generous. Like, I would say you really have 2 to 4, but 6 is like, you can get your next meal in, have another drink, and get past it.
I moped for 3.5 years to the point that I woke up one day and wasn't a fan anymore.
Oh, wow.
28-3.
he quit.
But in 3.5 years,
I don't know.
I understand
lost
that.
track. He quit.
February 17, he gets whacked in 20, right?
He? Oh, Quinn.
Dan Quinn.
28-3. We've screamed about that forever.
All right. We
Yeah,
get
it lingers. What did you say, 6 hours?
6 hours. That's all you got.
Is that a regular season rule or can't be a playoff rule?
I think playoffs you can extend to maybe 10.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm generous.
I'm still a little pissy about the 87 Sugar Bowl.
35, it's 30 plus years. It's over.
It's tragic.
She is Schwartz on sports. Amanda Schwartz.
It was a
the
tie.
680 The Fan, social media director, host of the Bench Riders podcast, and now Hip Hop Mandy. Thank you, Schwartzy.
Thank you.
She's all dressed up for fall. She's ready to go.
Why would you kick a field goal at the end of a bowl game?
You got to let that go.